show started. Shit.
How about that?
Hi, you guys.
Well, welcome to Sea Lake Journeys.
So let's see who we have. First of all, we're going to give a shout out to a couple of people we were just on.
Yeah, some of the people, all these people are shouting out to real quick are on cruise ships right now. Leo out there, Jeffrey Schmidt out there. Hope he left me another shot glass. The Chapmans, how about that? Craig and Christy, they're out there sailing away today. And also the Funnel Heads are up in Alaska sailing. So we want to say hi to Anthony and Michelle there. And we just came from a live show off the Carnival Dream with Have Luggage Will Travel. That's Josh and Amanda. Hopefully y'all been watching them too. And I know they're having a good time on that Carnival Dream.
So now let's say hi to everybody that's in the chat. So we have Meg. Meg's in the chat. Hi, Meg. And Jeffrey from Cruising for One. And you'll have to help me with some of these. I can't.
Okay.
My eyes today are just like freaky. I can't see.
Well, right there I see Rayleigh Creative Travel. I believe that's Blaine, right?
Yes, that's Blaine. Cruise Day Fun.
Cruise Day Fun. There's Dan and Joy in the house.
And Laura.
Laura Huddleston.
Sorry, my eyeballs are just a little
Her
freaked
eyeballs are
out.
itching.
I know.
If I gotta see that far away. See, I'm nearsighted, so I have to have my glasses off to see my paper in front of me.
And
if I see all the way over there, I gotta do this.
Huddle's Adventures and Have Luggage Will Travel. Oh, travel.
Woo!
Okay, great.
You got
Hi.
that free rum punch. If you
Yes.
mention Sea Lake Journeys, you get free rum punch.
Yeah, not true.
No.
That's okay. So today we are talking about excursions.
Excursions.
We've been on an excursion or two.
Oh, just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple. I'm sure most of you have been on an excursion or two.
Hold your hands up if you've been on an excursion. I don't see any hands. Hey, is that a hand in front of Josh's face?
Oh, is it? I think it is. Is that a green hand in front of Josh's face?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Is that how it goes?
Lotion.
So let's start with our first question.
Our first question. Are y'all ready for this? What is it?
So, do you mostly book your excursion with the cruise line, or do you prefer to book with a third party?
We're starting with the easy stuff first, you can tell.
Yes. So I have to throw this up there because together with
Together we travel.
they always start their live with a big old kiss.
How about that? Sometimes we start a lot of things with a big old kiss.
Antoinette is here. Hi, Antoinette.
Hey, Antoinette.
So back to our question here.
You know she's at fun, right?
Yes, she is. She's at fun.
You're at fun today, right?
So do you mostly book your excursion online, or do you prefer to book through a third party? Well,
What's that? Oh, cruise line, in case it's late, so the ship will wait for us. Yes. Well, that's a good reason to book through the ship, ain't it?
I apologize to those of you that I don't know why all of a sudden I'm fuzzy. I can't see.
I think it's all this monster drinks you've been drinking today.
Maybe it is. So he likes to book through the cruise line because he doesn't want to be late. We have seen so many people get left behind.
If you see pier runners on the cruise port, they did not go on a ship excursion, okay?
No, they didn't. Meg likes to book through the cruise line as well. Oh, we've had that already.
That's
so
where the
sorry.
fun starts. Some big kiss. Mm-hmm.
We found all the people. We found all the people on the ship.
They found all the people on the
Oh,
ship.
that's because she's.
Yeah, you found them. They're out there hooting and hollering and dancing. Probably a conga line on the Carnival Dream right now. If it's Carnival, there's a conga line. It's the only way you can get from anywhere.
So we typically book our excursions directly through the cruise ship. That's what we prefer.
A lot of times we book them before we even get on the ship, though, because that way we know it's not sold out. I mean, some excursions won't sell out, but if you got one that you know you really want to do, book it before it sells out. Because then, oh no, I get there and I can't go on my big excursion. What's that about?
Yeah, what is that all about? Let's see. Any more answers in the chat here? So everybody's saying hi.
Hey,
to each other.
everybody. Hey, everybody. Make sure you say hey to everybody.
Hey.
That's right. We love to say hey to everybody. We don't want to miss nobody.
We do. We typically, one time we booked an excursion, not through the cruise line. and we almost missed the ship.
Oh, we almost missed the ship. It was ugly. We got back and they were pulling the door up behind us.
And we rented we had done this excursion before. We rented a
golf cart.
We rented a golf cart. We were just going to cruise around the island. We'd done it before as a group of an excursion. We thought, oh, we can go do that on our own. And the golf cart broke down. And then they sent a truck to come get us started. They couldn't get it started. Then we had to wait. They were going to bring us another golf cart. By the time we got back to the ship, we were almost left.
Indeed. Pop that one up. Yeah. You save a little big when you book things before sail away. That's right. A lot of cruises have discounts if you book them before you go. That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
You can save some money. Some people think it's more expensive to book through the cruise line, but I've done some price comparisons over the last almost 20 years, and oftentimes it's the same price and sometimes even cheaper with the cruise line. I know that's rare, but sometimes.
And we like to book before we go because a lot of them sell out. And we have gotten on a cruise ship before going, man, we wanted to do that. And I know that the cruise ship saves a few to be able to sell on board, but you don't want to run the risk. I don't want to run the risk anyway.
Jeffrey says the same thing. Book before that cruise. Get that excursion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get another question up.
Another question.
We got some better questions.
We got some better questions.
So we kind of started off a little lame.
Yeah.
We're going to build up there and make it a little better.
Get you warmed up here while I take another sip of my Monster drink. By the way, we're not monetized for this.
No, we're not. So what is your favorite excursion? Of all the excursions you've ever been on, what was your favorite?
What is your favorite?
Let's see, what's cruise date?
I know. I know you told me what your favorite one was. Skagway.
Oh, okay. So cruising for one, I'm big on planning and having all my ducks in a row before I cruise.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm all about that. I am not a last minute person at all. I've got to know everything about everything before we leave.
She knows which socks she's going to wear on Tuesday.
I do. I
know I'm going to wear socks on Tuesday.
Yes.
I don't always know.
We love anything with food and drink. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go to this real quick because this is our favorite excursion that we've ever done. And it was the Mushrooms Camp in Skagway, Alaska.
It's hard to pick your favorite one. You know how that is. It changes from day to day. You might ask us tomorrow, maybe something else. But today we talked about it, Mushrooms Camp. So you can check that excursion out on our channel. That's what she just put up there.
Yeah, that we actually have a video on that, and you can check out Mushroom Camp as well as other Alaska excursions that we took.
If you're a dog person, you'll really like it. Oh, Jeffrey likes the 12-meter yacht racing in St. Martin. Let me tell you what, them boats go fast.
And let me tell you what, when we went to St. Lucia, we did a catamaran around the island. You do not get a better view of the how do you say that?
You're thinking St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
The Pittons.
Sorry, wrong island.
Yeah, she's close though. She's in the
Go ahead, say what I want to say.
The best way to view the Pittons in St. Lucia, if you ever go there, is from a catamaran. Get on that boat and go around it. Now, won't be going as fast as that one Jeffrey's on down there in St. Martin, but but you'll get a good view anyway.
So I want all of you to know we're having a really bad thunderstorm here, and every day this week our power has gone out. So if our power goes out, we apologize.
Power out here.
Can't control the weather.
There.
So Jeffrey's the only one that says what his favorite excursion was. No one else has a favorite excursion.
What's your favorite cruise? Excursion. Somebody got a favorite, right?
No favorite?
No.
No favorite.
It's hard to pick. We know it's a hard question to answer. Let's try the next one.
Let's see. I was making sure that we still had internet. I guess so.
Oh, yeah, we still got internet. Okay.
Okay. So next question. We'll see if this one gets a little bit more conversation. What excursion have you done more than once because it was so good you had to do it again? Oh, here's another
Because
one.
once just was not enough.
Catamaran. Go ahead.
Catamaran tours are fun. I have also done a glass bottom boat in Key West, which is cool. Oh yeah, glass bottom boat is cool.
Yes. You get the best view.
If you don't want to get in the water like snorkeling, but you want to see what's under that water, that's a good way to do it right there.
Because I'm not a big snorkel fan because I don't know. I'm just not. So
She won't get her hair wet.
We don't seem to be doing too good with our energy here today, so I apologize for that.
Here, have another monster. Okay, I'll have another one.
So we're here with, what excursion have you done more than once because it was so good you had to do it again? Well, for us, that was the Secret River.
The amazing Secret River in Cozumel, Mexico. If you haven't done that and you're down in Cozumel, this is a great excursion.
And people say, well, what if I can't swim? Well, you have these life jackets on. That's part of the gear. There's no way your head can go underwater.
And it's like a scuba suit you can rent too, a wetsuit they call it, and which keeps you warm because the water's a little bit cool, but you don't feel it when you're wearing that suit.
Yep.
And you get the helmet and the light, and yeah, you're not going to go underwater. Your head's going to stay above.
Yep. So let's see, snorkel gear without gear.
Snorkel without the gear and water.
That would be swimming. Would that be
No,
swimming?
you're talking about the glass bottom boat.
Oh, the glass bottom boat.
Is it? Yeah, I think they make clear bottom of what was that, kayaks or canoes or something now too. You know,
I think so.
If you don't want to share a boat with somebody,
I will do a 12-meter racing for the second time in December. Want to come? What? So for those of you that don't know, that we are ending up on a cruise ship. Recently, we found out with a bunch of people. So in July 29th, in a few weeks, we found out we are going to be on the same ship as See Me Travels
and SCT.
And SCT Adventures. And then in December, we're going to be on a cruise ship with Cruising for One.
How about that?
How about that? It's amazing when you fall into this. You didn't plan it, but that's just the way it's going to be.
Well, yeah, we'll have to look into the racing thing. I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
Well, think about it. How much free rum punch can we get?
I don't know. The electric golf cart on Key West, an awesome way to see almost everything at your pace. Now, because we live in Florida and we've been to Key West, we have to agree with that. A golf cart around Key West is definitely a way to go.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Trying to drive a car through there.
And it's a lot of walking too, you know. So yeah, the golf cart is a ticket.
Yeah,
it's
for
a good
sure.
tip right there.
Oh
Lord, y'all keep Greg and Kurt on their best behavior. They are trouble.
I don't think we can keep anybody on their best behavior.
Okay, we'll keep Greg and Kurt out of trouble, but who's going to keep us out of trouble?
We have a tendency to find young people that we think are responsible to become responsible for us. So I don't know what port we were at one time, but they had a Senior Froggies or something right there at the end of the pier.
Yeah.
And we were drinking margaritas. And I told these young guys, I said, listen, I will pay you $20 if you make sure we don't miss the boat. And they're like, okay, you got it. So I told them, I said, but you're not getting the $20 till I know you got me back on the ship. They're like, okay. So time was going by and they were like, hey, it's time to go. I'm like, no, one more margarita. They were like, it's time to go. And if it wasn't for those young boys, I probably would have missed the boat.
Okay, we don't drink like that no more.
No, that's when we were younger.
Yeah, that was back when we was young and not so smart.
Meg obviously knows these guys and knows that they need some supervision.
Okay, well, we know who needs supervision now, and it ain't us. Haven't been to Key West in years. Do they still run the train to there?
You mean like the Amtrak train?
I don't know.
I don't know. We drive because we live in Florida, so
you know.
Don't know.
Didn't you know a train went down there?
I didn't either.
I know they had a speedboat that goes down there. I figured that's where you'd want to go.
Okay. So Huddles Adventure says yes, they do still have the train.
The Conch train in Key West.
There you go.
There
See,
you go.
we get answers.
About
Hi,
that?
Renee. Good to see you.
Hey, Renee.
If we've missed you in the chat and we didn't say hi to you, we're saying hi to everybody. So hello. Let's see. What question are we up to? We're going through our questions.
We got a cruise
pretty quick.
coming up soon too. We were just talking about everybody that's on a cruise today, and pretty soon some more of us. Hey, while she's looking for that next question, who's doing a cruise countdown? Who's got the cruise countdown on? Because we only got like 13 days.
I don't know how many days we have.
13
we have
days till we get on the
7.
Carnival Conquest. Who's going to be on the Carnival Conquest in 13 days? Anybody? Okay, what you got here? I'd love to get back to Key West. Was there in 2003? Well, you probably wouldn't recognize it now then.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do suggest that you are aware of what's going on in Key West before you get there, because they do have some celebrations that most people are not comfortable with.
That may be why he was there, though.
Such
So. No need to elaborate.
Such as what's that one big festival they have down there? They call it
Fantasy Fest.
Fantasy Fest.
But we don't know anything about that. I just heard about it. There was a joke. The highways that takes you there used to be a train track. That was about 100 years ago.
Okay, so
Woo! I didn't remember
we've
the
lived
train
in
track.
Florida our whole life.
We've been down there numerous times.
So.
I don't remember seeing no train.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
What was I missing? What was I looking at? I was looking. What was I? I don't know. What
I don't know
looking.
either.
I didn't see no train.
Renee was just on the Carnival Magic.
Oh, just the Carnival Magic. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We love the Magic. That is
Magic.
a gorgeous ship.
Fantastic
A beautiful ship. 13 days on the Valor.
Oh, 13 days till
Have
you're
you
on the
been
Valor.
Yes,
Yes, we've been on the Valor. Mm-hmm. Yep, it's been a few years ago. So you're going to be getting on the Valor the same day we're getting on the Conquest, it sounds like.
Oh.
What port are you going out of?
Yeah. What port are you going out of, Meg? And what day are you going?
We're going to Miami. Yeah.
Let's see, 90 days.
90 days until the Carnival Horizon and 127 days until Carnival Celebration. Ooh,
Woo!
that's a new ship. And 196 until the NCL Breakaway on the Vloggers Group Cruise.
Yes. We have so many cruises that, first of all, we have to book so far in advance for Chet to get a handicap room. We miss a lot of these group cruises that are coming up that we, and I still work.
Because we've already got stuff booked, it's like, oh, well, no, we're going to miss that.
Yeah, and I still work, so I only get so much off. And yeah, I have to book. I have to plan in advance.
She needs a sugar daddy.
I do. I need a sugar daddy.
That'll take us both. Antoinette's got 27 days until the Carnival Elation.
We've never been on the Elation.
No, we've been on the Sensation.
Yeah, you've been. Yeah,
same ship though, ain't it? Just about. New Orleans, Saturday the 30th.
Oh, that's the day after us.
Oh, she's going to New Orleans.
Oh, well, she lives in New Orleans.
Yeah, all right.
Well, she lives in Louisiana.
Okay, she's going 30th. We're going the 29th. All right. Well, I wonder if we should try to do a live from Miami from Sail Away.
140 days until the Sky Princess. We're right there with you because we got that same countdown.
We're doing that same one too. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you go the week before us. That's right. He's going to be back to back.
Oh, that's right. You're a back to backer.
Jeffrey's back to back.
He's a back to backer. That's right.
He's got back to back.
Yep, got it back to back. Sugar daddy, that will take you back.
Ask these pineapple lovers. Uh-oh, pineapple lovers. We don't know what pineapple means either. No idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
38 days to go on the Carnival Magic. There you go.
Okay, so let's get back to another question.
Great countdown. All right, everybody's doing countdowns. How about that?
How about that? So, name an excursion that was a lot better than what you expected.
Yeah, you book an excursion, you think it's going to be good, but sometimes maybe somebody just told you about it, and you're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. And then you do it, and you're like, what? This was great. You've had one of those excursions that you didn't really think was going to be so good.
Mm-hmm. So what give us one of your excursions that you went on that you thought, I just really don't know how this is going to turn out, because ours was the Tabasco Chef in Cozumel, Mexico.
We're not good cooks.
No.
And, we've seen, of course, what's that chef dude on TV there that screams at everybody?
Ah! Chef Gordon?
Yeah, Chef Gordon. We thought, oh, my God, I can't cook. This guy's going to be screaming at us. But it wasn't like that at all.
And this is a recent video of ours. We just went there in May.
In May.
Tabasco Chef in Cozumel is an awesome experience. We had a couple of questions about that. Is it wheelchair accessible was one question. And yes, it is wheelchair accessible, but if you are confined to a wheelchair, it may be a little difficult for you because
where the table sit,
the kitchen counter you're working at is the height of
and there's really nothing they can do about that. I mean, they can get you in there. They can make ways to get you in there and everything, but I don't know how fun it's going to be.
Right.
I sat up. I got out. I ended up sitting on a chair, and all the chairs there are, like bar chairs up high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be the easiest thing to get into.
Yeah. So our question was.
What was our question? I forgot.
Our question was name excursion.
No, that's not it.
Oh, that. Oops.
Number 4.
Whoop.
You're going back. You're going the wrong way. There.
Sorry.
Excursion. It was a lot better than what you expected.
So let's see what answers do we have here. I never had a surprise on the upside. Okay, well, that was a comment we had before. Let's catch up a little bit of this. The Huddle's adventures are on the Carnival Magic in 29 days. New York to Bermuda. We've never been to Bermuda. Bermuda is a place that we wanted to go.
That's a bucket.
But just haven't got there yet.
We'll do it.
Live in Georgia, but it's halfway between my boyfriend and I.
Okay.
So
how about that?
Okay, so here we're back to our better than you thought it was expected. Cozumel Island Tour. So that was better than you expected.
Was that like on a bus or by foot? Or did you ride the horse? I mean, tell us about this island tour.
Mm-hmm. We've never went on one. Well, we do have an excursion that is a ship-only excursion. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So we'll come back to that.
Yes.
Whale watching in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. That was better than I expected as well. I was afraid the whales were just going to see a little fin or something coming up out of the water, and that I didn't think it was going to be as good. And I thought, well, all these people crowded on this boat, you're not going to be able to see anything. We have Lovey's Fat Life. Hi.
Hey, Lovey's Fat Life.
Thank you for joining us. So you just dropped in. So our question that we're working on right now is
it's Mike and Michelle, I believe, right?
Name an excursion that. Oh, sorry. So sorry. That's not the right. I keep messing this up because for some reason I can't seem to see today.
Here, I'll have another drink of Monster. Tell me, I'll keep drinking this until her vision gets better, okay?
Yeah. The question we are on is name an excursion that was a lot better than what you expected.
And go ahead and throw up ours was up there.
Oh,
wait, here you go.
So ours was the Tabasco chef. Yes. And I take an island tour every day.
An island in the kitchen. Our kitchen don't have an island, thank goodness.
So
you're on island time every time you cook supper. Yeah, man. Oh God.
So cruising for one, he loves his Monsters Red Bull. Yeah, we have a hard time handling monsters as it is. You can see that Robin just obviously cannot concentrate. Let's see. Here we go. It was this was back to the island tour
in Cozumel, a small group in a van, and we went to the small ruins that I cannot remember the name of. I think I know what ruins she's probably talking about because we rode horses around Cozumel to some small ruins like you're describing. So that's
and it was better than what we expected as well.
Much better.
Except for Chet had a horse that was blind, and so I got to tell you this about this horse.
Oh my God.
So there was this horse that they asked you first, are you an experienced rider? Well, I grew up on horses, so I'm very much an experienced rider. So
meanwhile, I said, have you got a motorcycle?
So they put me on a young filly, and they were like, we have to have an experienced rider for this young filly because she's pretty high energy. So that's the horse I got. Well, they gave Chet a much, much, much older horse.
This horse came over with Cortez, okay? He was dropped off by the Spaniards in 1513.
So every time the group took off, of course, my horse, she's going to get right out in front of everybody, and she's going to go as fast as she can go and lead the pack. Well, Chet is at the very back. So I keep going back to check on him. So I come back and I pass all the other horses, and I said, Chet, you got to kick him a little bit. He's like, he's standing in the middle of the road. The horse is standing in the middle of the road. They're not moving. And I said, Chet, you got to kick him a little bit. He's like, Robin, I'm telling you, this horse don't go.
This is fast enough for me.
So I go up in front of his horse, and I grab his horse by the reins, right by the halter, and she starts moving. And I said, Chet, you just got to get him to go. Well, come to find out what it was Chet's horse was almost blind, and the road was white sand, and it would be a whiteout. The horse couldn't see anything. The horse couldn't see unless another horse got in front of him. Chet's horse would put his nose right up in the butt of the horse.
I'll take over this story from here. Her horse decides to go warp speed, Scotty. My horse decides to stick his nose right in that horse's butt and keep up. And and
he's just like, blunka, 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 blunka.
Oh my gosh. I was like, somebody take the quarter out of this horse.
That was so funny. Okay, so back to our chat here.
I haven't recovered from that yet. We don't do many excursions. We just enjoy hanging around the port and seeing if the locals have anything we would like, since we collect magnets from places we visit. Okay, there you go.
Well, it's a good thing it's magnets that you collect and not other things that they try to get you to buy at the
You can't really collect that. That's more like renting stuff.
Let's see. So we have. Okay, so we were up there. We got that. We're down here.
Sometimes we hang around the porch too. Sometimes we're like, you know what? We've been on excursions for 2 days. We're tired. We're broke. You know, sometimes when we finance, we go, okay, we do this excursion. Well, I ain't money to do anything on the next one. Okay. So then we go around the port, and yeah, there's always something cool to hang around there and talk to the people about.
Oh, we got that. We had that already too. Okay, so let's catch up here.
She's going to catch up.
We're going to catch up because Robin, I don't know. My brain is just not here today. I'm just like spaced out or something.
You know, I'm trying to help you out. Hey, Little Adventures, we're going the same cruise after yours. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. Mm-hmm.
Was it a horse with no name?
As a matter of fact,
I don't remember what that horse's name was. Chet was the caboose.
Yeah, I was definitely a caboose on that one. Oh my gosh. I got beat to death.
I mostly stay on the ship, to be honest. I may have done 5 excursions and 28 cruises. That, you know, sometimes the ship itself is an excursion. Oh, yeah. For sure. You're not helping me read these things.
She's saying hey to everybody.
Oh, okay. Okay, so on to another question.
All right, what's another question? We got more for you. Name an excursion that you never imagined you would do, but you did it and you loved it. All right, did you get that? An excursion you never thought you would ever do. You never imagined doing it, but you did it and you loved it.
That horse was checking out the aft. Okay, so do we have a cruise that we are an excursion that?
Did we miss one, Bear? Did you think you missed one? No.
Name an excursion that you never imagined you would do, but that you did it and you loved it. So for us, it is the
Atlantis submarine.
Atlantis submarine in Barbados.
Have you ever been on a submarine? Did you ever think you'd go on a submarine?
So this submarine was awesome. We got there early because we got a tip that if you get there early, you can pay a little bit extra and get the seat directly behind the pilot. And we did. And so Chet was on one side of him and I'm on the other side of him. And we got, even though no matter where you're sitting in the submarine, you have your own window and you can see really good. What was great about us is that he was shining the light right on the sunken ship and all that and the reef. And so we had awesome seats. If
you do a submarine, when you get there, go up there and see if you can get those front seats right behind the pilot. There's only 2 seats and you got to pay like $20 extra or something, but it's worth it because you got that big window. And like you said, the lights are there and you can see the colors and stuff. Because once you go down, well, watch our video and find out what happens when you go down 150 feet. How about that?
Yep.
I haven't done this yet, but I imagine this would be the case with a sloth tour.
Yes, I want to do a sloth tour too. I've seen sloth tours, and a lot of them are third party, and we're just a little leery of third party things, only because
we almost got stranded once.
Yeah, we're just a little too old to be left behind.
I can't afford to be left behind. Come on. I never thought I'd do the St. John's excursion, but always wanted to go. I will do it in December. It makes me nervous to have to rely on the ferry to get us back. Okay, I know it's one you're talking about there. Yeah. Taking that ferry over St. John and over there for a few hours walking around. I've looked at that one, and I really want to do that because it looks like there's some good video.
But there again, is that one that you can book through the ship, or is that so? If you book it through the ship and the ferry's late, the ship will still wait for you.
But you are unsupervised. If you get over there and wander off on your own
and get lost,
or get distracted, or you're on an hour off on your time, you get left because the ferry only runs certain times. You miss the ferry. Yeah, right. I'm with you on that. I want to go with some people, so we're all. What time? You got to?
Yeah. Or that the guide is going to make sure that they get us back. That's what I said. In an excursion with a guide, I want to go with a guide. The guide is at least watching the time if I'm not. So Lovey's Fat Life. The
Daniel Johnson's Monkey and Sloth. Yes.
No,
Seen
we
the videos.
did. We have a video coming out on the monkeys that we did in Roatan, but it was
Gumbalimba Park.
Gumbalimba Park.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that want to do a sloth tour. It's amazing to me, and I think it's because sloths are bizarre looking little creatures.
Well, I mean, you can't just go anywhere and hold a sloth.
No.
I mean, where do you go and hold a sloth?
I know. I want to hold a sloth. And then you look at those big, long fingernails that they have. Maybe that's why Antoinette wants to go, because she got big old long fingernails.
Does she?
Yeah, Antoinette. Yeah, she got big old long fingernails. She was painted real pretty the other night when I was watching her video. Sparkly, I do believe they were.
Sparkly?
Yeah.
Did you have sparkly fingernails,
I think
Antoinette?
she did.
We want to do the sloth tour too, though. I think everybody wants to do the sloth tour.
Yeah.
I booked it through the ship, and yes, you were right, Chat. Exactly what I'm worried about. I did book with the ship through, so maybe it's okay. I don't know, because I don't think there's a guide with you, but I'm curious about that. I would really like to go over there to St. John's and film that. It looks
I would
beautiful.
too. Lovey's Fat Life says they are very light. And you know, that's the thing. Sloths look like they would be really big and bulky, but I see people and they're draped over their shoulder, just hanging there, just so
like so delicate and fragile.
But they are delicate and fragile. I have heard that they are very delicate.
Do they smell? Nobody's ever said like, "Woo, you smell like a sloth."
Because we were at the Big Cat Rescue here in Florida, and they had a bear cat, and he smelled like Fritos.
Yes, a big giant bag of Fritos. I couldn't believe
just
that.
Like Fritos. So I wonder what a sloth would smell.
Because it was like, do you feel like eating some Fritos right now? I do too. Where is that coming from? Is there a Frito machine around here? And the zookeeper dude's like, no, it's coming from that thing.
I don't see how anything does. What is it? Read this to me, Chuck.
I don't see how anything does anything with those big old fingernails.
I know. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
All they do is hang around. Anyone. Yeah, we got you. They smell like big. Just
how
kidding.
do you know they smell like Bigfoot? Have you seen a Bigfoot?
Yeah, she said she held. Oh, you mean the Bigfoot?
They smell like Bigfoot.
Yeah, Mike, have you seen a Bigfoot?
Yeah, I want to know.
Maybe Michelle's seen the Bigfoot.
Maybe it's his big feet in the bed.
Hey, it might smell like no foot. It smells like no foot. How about that?
What was that again? Hold on.
Go back.
A second.
She's getting ahead of her own
I'm
self.
getting ahead of my own self here.
Get ahead. I need another drink of Monster.
Okay.
Well, let me step outside. It's going to storm again soon. I need to put my mower belt back on.
Okay.
All right, Blaine, have fun with that mower. Buddy, it's down here in Florida, I mow like every 6 days.
I know, it's ridiculous how much. And he has to drain the pool. We have rain, and he's out there draining the pool almost every day.
Yeah. That's an inside joke. We're looking for him. You know what? I'm going to look for him on our next cruise. We've already got stuff.
Are we talking feet? Cruising for one. I think we've switched from excursions to feet. So speaking about excursions with feet, where were we at? We were in
Roatan.
Roatan.
Wasn't it? With the fish foot?
Yeah, with fish foot.
Yeah.
Was it Roatan?
I think so. We got a video on that. Go
What's
check
that?
it out. You check out the Roatan video with the fish. You'll see it's called the spa.
The fish spa.
What is it called?
I don't know.
I just work here
I just work here.
for free, and I'm worth every penny.
Good grief.
For free, I work every penny.
So
What's our next one? Or what's up?
we're running out of questions here. We are on question number 6.
Question number 6.
Question number 6. What port or destination do you think has the most options for an excursion?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some ports, we can name ours, I guess. Cozumel, we've been there a dozen times, and there's still 35 more excursions we haven't done yet. I mean, so many excursions. But where have you been that you think has just got so many choices that you got to keep going back to that same place, destination again to get all the excursions in?
There are so many ports where everything at that port is always in the water. There's nothing to do there except for water sports, scuba diving, beach day. You know, what port do you think has the most options? I personally think it's Cozumel. of all the ports that we've been to. And today, Chet told me that we've been to 18 countries and 2 territories. And in 18 countries and 2 territories, I think Cozumel has the most options for excursions.
I have that list somewhere. But anyway, yeah. What about y'all? What port do y'all think is, oh my, I could do that with the fish. I saw that one you did.
Yes.
You saw that one? Yeah, that was awesome.
That was, I've never done that before. That was something new for us, the fish spa. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was very relaxing, very mellow.
Cozumel, definitely. Cozumel has, more things to do.
You can do things in the water. You can do things on land. You can do things in the air. You can do things everywhere. You can do them in a boat with a goat. What happens on Cozumel stays in Cozumel.
Let's see. Lovey's Fat Life says Cozumel as well.
Cozumel.
I think Cozumel because you have the island of Cozumel, which a lot of things are on the island of Cozumel.
Mhm.
But then you can take the ferry to the mainland, and you can see the ruins, the Mayan ruins, and
the caves and the
river.
Yep.
And when you take the ferry, if you take the ferry ride over to the mainland, just to walk around, the downtown area there is so many shops, not in Cozumel, but on the mainland. And they have the dolphin excursion right there on the beach, on the mainland. It's so much to do in Cozumel. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Oh, thank you.
We love Cozumel. Cozumel is definitely a place that people say, oh, I want to go to Cozumel. I'm going to Cozumel again. Going to Cozumel again. Going to Cozumel again.
I'll go to Cozumel again.
Because there's always something that you've never done yet that's
right
at Cozumel. Let's see.
If you're a foodie, there's a lot of food there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yum, yum. Are there answers?
I don't see any more answers.
Okay, we'll head to number 7. Question number 7. If you could suggest just one must-do excursion, what would it be? Someone asks you, they tell you, we're going to go on a cruise. I know it's going to kind of depend on where they're going, right? But imagine that you're setting it up for them. What excursion would you say, hey, you really got to try this? I'm going to send you here, and I want you to do this. What would that be? And this is the one where we're going to give you an excursion that you don't even have to leave the ship for.
Yeah, this is what we would say. A must-do excursion that we believe is the chef's table.
That we consider that like an excursion on the ship.
Yes. This is our granddaughter in this picture, and she was 14 when we did this.
Mm-hmm.
And our grandchildren, they were 14, and we were like, okay, we're fixing to not be cool anymore because we're their grandparents. So, and they're always wanting to go on cruises with us. And I'd been as the family babysitter and that kind of thing when they were younger. So they wanted to go on a cruise with us and cruise the way Nana and Papa does. So we said, okay, you go into the chef's table and you got to have manners and stuff. And they really, really enjoyed it. So we would say a must-do excursion that we would tell people is the chef's table. And they have it on almost every cruise line nowadays. It's not like it's only on Carnival. And they're all different. Now on some of them, we've been on chef's tables where the dining table was in the middle of the galley. We've been where it's in this little crystal room. It's a different excursion on every ship is different. So Meg says Roatan has a lot of options.
Roatan does have a lot of options. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Antoinette loves Cozumel. Yeah, I love Cozumel too.
Woo! The pharmacy at the port of Cozumel. Let me
tell you what. There's so many people that are always there to get into that pharmacy.
What's going on in that pharmacy?
I don't know what's going on in that pharmacy, but I do know a lot of people say that they can buy things there cheaper than they can in the United States.
How do you get it back in the United States if you don't have let me tell you, a risk, people. If you don't have a prescription for that, and it's not a prescription bottle, and you get pulled over on your way home for something, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It could be ugly.
It could be. So Renee says Amber Cove.
Amber Cove, yes.
Amber Cove is a beautiful, beautiful port. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm surprised nobody said Nassau. So far, we got Amber Cove and Cozumel.
And Marcia of See Me Travels. We were talking about y'all earlier.
We were.
Was your ears
burning?
We're going to be on the ship with y'all on the Freedom in
September 22nd.
Yes, we
Yep,
are.
we'll be on at the same time.
Let's see.
Bonaire Cruisers, golf rental in Bonaire. Best excursion we've done. Really?
Really? And is that because you got time to be on your own and explore on your own? And
we have not been to Bonaire yet, so we're
or is it because the
notes.
island's small and you can see
notes.
so much of the island from the golf cart? So let us know about that. Let's see.
We've got the other two. We've got the Aruba and Curacao. We do not have Bonaire yet.
Cruise Day Fun agrees with Cozumel that Cozumel is a great port for excursions.
And you better believe it. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Is. On Disney, they have a spa suite where you have like a private balcony room for your massage, and then you can spend time there. Ooh, it's fantastic. Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I could go for that. I have a very stressful job, so anytime that we can do anything that is just chill, I'm all for it. My job, I've only got to work 6.5 more years, and gosh, the stress, I don't know if I can handle it.
I would consider that an excursion as well.
I would consider that an excursion as well. Yep. We have also done the couples retreat, which I would say that's an awesome shipboard excursion. That is it's 4 hours long, and it starts with like a scrub, and then you have a steam room, and then you have a massage, and you have a sauna, and then you have a milk bath and lunch and champagne and dessert and all this. That is definitely a excursion
then
on the
tell
ship
the girls
as
we're
well.
not leaving. We called the captain. They changed this to our cabin. We're staying here.
This is our cabin now.
It didn't work, but we tried.
So Lovey's Fountain, they've never done the chef's table, but they would love to. If you are a foodie, let me tell you, I know that there's a lot of cruisers that are foodies. You've got to do the chef's table because
we urge you.
The presentation of the food is just phenomenal. Our 14-year-old grandson found out that he loved caviar because they had all these different caviars. And I told him, so, well, if you like caviar, you better grow up and get yourself a good job because you're talking some coin with caviar.
It is such an event. It's not just a food presentation.
Yeah,
it is truly an event. That's why we call it an excursion.
Yes. Behind the scenes. Now, we've done behind the scenes as well. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
One of the behind the scenes we did, they took us into the different coolers. There's a different cooler for the pork.
Fish is in one, pork's in one, this red meat's in one, chicken's in another one. Everything is separate.
And it's like the cooler's in the back, and then they have the prep room in the front. So there's no cross contamination whatsoever.
If you haven't done a behind the fun tour, I'll tell you what, Meg's got a good recommendation there for you. That's definitely an excursion on the ship.
And typically it's on a sea day, so you're not missing a port.
Right.
And I know that with COVID,
you get a glimpse into the crew quarters.
With COVID, they're not doing behind the scenes tours right now at the moment, but COVID's going to end and everything's going to go back to normal.
Well, according to Carnival, everything is going to be going by the end of this month. So.
Now, cooking classes on board as well as shore excursions are always awesome. We've done both. We've done the cooking class on the ship, and we've done the cooking class as a shore excursion off the ship.
That's a good tip there, Murphy.
And they are.
And a lot of times those are free.
Yes, on the ship a lot. We did a free one in May. I haven't got the video out there yet on it. But the thing I didn't like about that was we didn't get to taste anything. He got to cook it all, and we've
done other ones though. One time with Chef Dino on the Carnival.
Chef Dino on the Carnival, yes.
And that was where we got to go up there and taste stuff.
Yep.
JNN, John and Nancy, Sea Lake Journeys just got back from the movies. How are y'all today? We are fantastic, John and Nancy. Thanks for asking.
We're talking about excursions.
Excursions, yes.
So what is your favorite excursion? What excursion would you suggest? What is that? Onboard excursion?
They've been excurting around the theme parks around here, watching cars blow up and stuff.
Yeah, right. All the late arrivals, everybody saying hi to them. Can't wait to meet you. I know.
September 22nd, we'll be on the Carnival Freedom.
SCT is going to be on that same ship. Yeah, we can't wait to meet all of y'all. We're going to have to get together and have.
Now, somebody told us, and you tell us in the chat, that's right, that we was going to have to supervise y'all. Y'all need adult supervision.
I don't
know who told us.
I don't know. I heard a rumor about that. Let me tell you what. Chet says I can have one cocktail and I'm okay. 2 cocktails, I need supervision. 3 cocktails, I need strict supervision. So
The
I don't
third
know.
one, we're wheeling her back to the cabin because she's fixing to be swinging from the rafters.
Okay, here we go. What
Yes,
we got?
only $100 for rental, and you can drive everywhere on the island. There's so many awesome areas to pull over and snorkel or view. Donkeys and flamingos everywhere.
And that was
Donkeys and flamingos.
Bonaire.
That's Bonaire, yeah.
Bonaire?
That's the only ABC island we haven't been to yet. So, all right, we're going to do that. I wrote it down. I wrote down my notes. See,
Yes, good.
I wonder
Good
what I'm
job.
doing over here. Right.
I can't wait to retire. Let me tell you what. I can't wait to retire.
Working cuts in these days. Let me tell you, I am retired, and for some reason, all the work I do around here cuts into my day too.
I'm afraid to do the chef's table.
As I may not like the food, and you don't know in advance what it is. Oh, don't let me tell you what. It's some of it will sound scary. Some of it may even look a little scary, but it all tastes great.
Now,
Mm.
don't feel bad if you don't try something at the chef's table, because many times I don't try it.
Not
For
many
example,
times, only
they-
a couple times.
Okay, a couple of times. Like they'll have tuna tartare or something like that, or some type of raw. First of all, I don't like fish at all,
The raw stuff she won't eat.
and I don't like raw meats or fish or shrimp or anything. So if it's raw, I'm not going to eat it. But a lot of times what they ask you in the beginning is, do you have a fish allergy? Do you have, not do you like or dislike? Because they don't want to hear what you like and dislike. But if you have allergies, say for example, you have an allergy to crawfish, what do they call it? When you have an allergy to fish that are in the shell.
Shellfish.
If you have a shellfish allergy, then they'll have another option for you.
They'll brew something else.
So don't be afraid to try it. And there's many things that I stick my tongue on at first. I'm just stick my tongue on it, and if it tastes funny or feels funny, I might not put the whole thing in my mouth. He tries everything.
I eat everything. I eat hers too.
It is on their list.
Yes. All right, Marcia. Yeah, you want to do it? We highly recommend.
We if they have it in September, we'll do it with you. How about that?
How about that? I have to bark. You know what? I'm going to book it if y'all are going to do it.
Okay, here we go.
We booked Bonaire again in January 2023 just to rent the golf carts again and check the other half of the island out. Well, January 2023.
We're in Alaska in 2023.
Yeah, we're going to Alaska in 2023 in May.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out. Lovey's Fat Life. I enjoyed that video. It looked fun. She said, well, we're going to go look for a video now. All right, we're going to check that video out, Lovey.
It's been our favorite date.
Okay. So that was her favorite excursion. Good answer.
Excursion, our favorite
Anything involving snorkeling.
snorkel. Yes, because we see you guys. Y'all do a lot of water stuff. Didn't we watch them in the water? That wasn't them. Who did we watch in the water? We watched somebody in the water snorkeling recently. Who was it?
Well, we watched them in the water too, but the one recently you're thinking of,
I don't know.
it's I know who. I can't think of her name now. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Us too, J&N. Looking forward to meeting you both on September 22nd. Yes.
Okay, so let's go back to another question. We have another question here.
We do. We have
We
one
do.
more.
One more.
Last question, y'all. Last question.
Uh-oh.
She lost the last question.
I clicking on the wrong thing.
Do you need another kiss?
I
can tell you what it is. It's your bucket list.
Oh, there it is. So sorry.
Name an excursion that is on your bucket list. You haven't done it yet. You don't know when you're going to do it, but you are going to do it before you kick that old proverbial butt.
So we have several bucket list things.
Oh my
One
gosh.
bucket list thing we are going to do when we go to Alaska.
We're going to knock one of these off the bucket list
Yes.
next year.
So when we go to Alaska next year, I don't know what the excursion's called, so I apologize for that.
It's called Helicopter to the Glacier with the Dog Sled.
So we're going to take the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to land on the glaciers.
Yep.
We're going to put on these special ice boots.
Yep.
Walk across the glacier. They have a temporary camp,
Dog camp.
dog camp, that's only for these excursions. Then we're going to get on the dog sleds, and we're going to ride the dog sleds through the snow, through part of the how you say that? Adirondack? No. What's the race they do?
Iditarod.
Iditarod.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, we're going to be riding on the real sleds with the real dogs and the helicopter thing. It's a bucket list thing,
Yes.
but we're going to do it.
So Meg says that she wants to do a dolphin swim.
Ah,
Now
yes.
we've not done a dolphin swim. We've seen many places that had dolphin swims. I think the best place that we've seen a dolphin swim at is in Cozumel.
Or Costa Maya, maybe. I mean, it's close.
Or because no, I think the one in Cozumel is better.
Yeah.
Because of the location of the dolphin swim.
We'll go there.
Because where it's at, and it's at the same resort that the Tabasco Chef is at, and they have 4 dolphins in there.
That was a really good one. You're right.
Yes.
I forgot.
Because we've seen dolphin swims in other places, and a lot of times they're always at the edge of the ocean, and the dolphins are in the ocean water, but they're in this
I
confined area.
Next time we go to Cozumel,
Cozumel's definitely. Yeah, that's my opinion of all the ones I've seen. Let's see. Sloth swimming. Okay, so before COVID, we were so mad about this because before COVID hit, we were going to Hawaii and we were going to do the shark cage. They put you in a cage and they drop you in the water. And I told Chet, I said, I'm okay with doing this. I will spend all of my time huddled up in the fetal position, holding to the top of the cage and watching all the sharks below us. But I'm going to be really, 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 really scared.
But we did do the shark swim in Belize. We go out to the barrier reef, and you go down that reef in your little snorkeling fins with all those big old sharks and stingrays right there in the wild.
So we did that, and I spent all of my time laying on Chet's back. Because we were in the water, and he's only got one leg, so when he snorkels, he's
the sharks look at me and they're like, "Hey, we already got that guy last year."
And let me tell you what, they took us out to like a sandbar and a reef out in the water, and those sharks, their fin came within inches of my belly, and I would just be so still and so scared. But definitely, swimming with the sharks is. It's crazy.
Awesome.
It'll blow your mind.
Big stingrays and big sharks. That is awesome.
It'll blow your mind. It's that crazy.
And the dolphins are huge too. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you what.
We're gonna do that too.
Yes. The shark cage.
Cage. Yeah. We're doing that. That's a bucket list.
And the other thing to do is stingrays. Stingrays. They freak me out.
If you haven't done stingrays, Grand Cayman's a great place.
Right, and they rub up on you like cats.
Yes.
And it's
soft.
But there's so many of them rubbing up on you. I get like freaked out because there's so many around me. So I get on the boat and I watch. But he loves it.
I love it.
That
would be awesome.
Yep, we're coming up on the end of our time here.
Want to go to a glacier in Iceland? Oh,
yes, Iceland. Put me on the desk. He keeps beating on.
I get excited.
Sorry if the internet keeps bleeping. It's because he keeps beating on the desk.
They call me Earthquake Chick because I make earthquake sound. But yeah, I want to go to Iceland. Period.
Yeah, we want to go to Iceland. Yeah. Iceland is definitely a place that we have looked at many times, but to go to Iceland from Florida, to have the amount of time to go to enjoy it, I can only take 2 weeks at a time, and 2 weeks is just not enough time to be able to go there and do what we're wanting to do. So definitely gonna have to wait until I retire.
But the Carnival does have a shorter one, so in a couple of years we may have to do it that way.
Yep.
We did something similar in Punta Cana, nurse sharks.
Yeah, the nurse sharks, they're awesome. They're great.
Yeah, these sharks are they're not Jaws or nothing. They're big, but they're not Jaws.
No, they're not gonna take us out or anything like that.
But there's a lot of things though for bucket lists out there, isn't there?
There really
many things. I mean, we got a bucket list that we could sit here for another half hour to tell you all the stuff on our bucket list.
Yeah, we really could. Yeah. We really, really could. Well, we only got a few more minutes. I want to give a couple of shout outs here before we go. Cruise Day Fun. If you haven't checked out their channel, check out their channel. And those of you that are foodies, let me tell you, they're all about food. They
enjoy know the food stuff.
Mm-hmm. And don't they have one coming up next Saturday at 3:00 about food?
No, it's not about food. It's about behind the scenes tech.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so sorry. So sorry.
And I get paid the big bucks. Oh wait,
have luggage will travel.
Have luggage will travel.
Yes, they're on the cruise ship right now. But thank you for the shout out that you gave us earlier today on your live. Thank you so much. We're going to learn a lot from you guys, just like we learned a lot from Cruise Day Fun.
There's so many great people,
channels out there.
We don't want to miss anybody. We're probably going to miss somebody now, but we'll try not to miss you next time. We'll try to get everybody.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're beginners. We're slow. We're new. This only 6 months in for us, Iceland Air flies from Orlando, and it's very economical. What? Yeah, but how about the hotel and restaurants when you get there?
Right. That's the thing about cruising.
Ooh.
You don't have to worry about hotels. You don't have to worry about travel. You don't have to worry about where you're going to eat. That is the main reason we love cruising.
I'd have to check into what hotels. Of course, we can go without eating. We could skip a few meals.
I'm telling you,
we'd be all right.
we went on 6 cruises since January, and we put on so much weight. It's ridiculous. I don't know how we're going to get this weight off.
I'm thinking about doing jazzercise.
Jazzercise.
Or what's that, Tony Banks? Tony Banks.
But we want to give shout outs to channels, but we are very cautious, and we try to be very respectful to other channels, and we don't want any channel thinking that we should not be promoting them because for whatever reason they want to promote themselves, or they just don't appreciate when other channels do that. So for those of you, we are at our halfway mark almost. We are halfway monetized. And I know that that's not the goal, and that's not our goal either. Our goal for our channel is
fun and information. Heavy on the fun.
Right.
A little bit of information.
Right. Did you learn something? Did you have a good time? Do you want to go cruising now?
We hope that you're sitting there going, I got to get on a cruise ship now.
Right, because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And we love the fact that we're finding other creators.
Yes.
And other creators. It's fabulous. It's wonderful. But we also want to reach the people that are not creators, the people that are just want to cruise. Maybe they've never been on a cruise. Maybe they just want to find out about a cruise. Maybe we have personal friends of ours that are afraid to go on a cruise. It's like, oh my gosh, you're
and we might do a episode on the 5. I got a list of the 5 top reasons I hear why people don't want to go cruising. None of them are COVID, okay?
No.
None of them are COVID.
Well, we hope that you've let's see, we got a couple more comments here I want to throw up.
I love the cruising community. It's a joy to provide information that others find helpful. Isn't that right? And I tell you, Jeffrey's got a vlog too. Go check out Cruising for One's vlog.
He's cruisingfor1.com.
Yeah. Is that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cruisingfor1.com. And he has a vlog, and it's
extremely well-written, interesting articles. So
lots, just packed full of information.
Yep.
Cram-packed with information.
I think relevant for everybody. I know your angle, Jeffrey, is Cruising for One, but really the information you got to look at, I go, this is pertinent to everybody, even us couples.
Yes.
It's a marathon, not a race. I agree, information is much needed in videos. You're doing great. Woohoo! Thank you, lovies.
And there is a lot of people. We actually have friends that they can't go on vacations because they have regular
stuff,
medical things. What's the? I can't think of the thing that. Anyway, they have regular medical things. They cannot leave town because of their regular medical treatments that they have. And they're always saying, we live our life through watching other people do awesome stuff. Have you ever watched a video of somebody tightrope walking across the Niagara Falls? We're never going to do that.
But I sure like watching somebody else do it.
Watch somebody else do it. I'm never going to drive a race car around a track, but I like watching other people drive race cars around tracks. And that's really what it's about. It's really about sharing the joy of life. Let's see. Cruising for One. Oh, you guys are so kind. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, we enjoyed you guys. We hope you've had a good time with us.
And we'd like to add more links for other creators in our upcoming episodes. So if you don't mind that happening or want that to happen or will let it happen, let us know. Right.
Or email us if you want us to say it a certain way. We're okay with that. We love giving shout outs. We love it when people shout out for us. So
if you want Applejack to give you the shout out, Animal Jack, excuse me.
And just the last few shout outs for our excursion videos that we have. This is not all of them, but these are a few. The Mushers Camp in Alaska, the Secret River in Cozumel.
Yes.
The Tabasco Chef in Cozumel. The submarine in Barbados.
Yes.
And last but not least,
the
Chef's Table.
Coming to you on many ships across the fleet, if not all.
Well, we hope you enjoyed your time with us.
We've had a good time with you.
We have, and at 8 o'clock is the Gilberts.
Oh.
Catch them at 8 o'clock tonight.
How about that?
And tomorrow normally is the Funnel Heads at 9:30, but they're on the ship, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. And See Me Travels is tomorrow at 3:30.
Yeah, See Me Travels tomorrow at 3:30.
Thank you guys. Love you. We'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.